13th session, chords back in session. I have a message for you. Are you ready for it? I'm gonna read a prayer. I'm just going to get my prayer. I love this book, and it has been reframing. It's really been helping me heal from religious trauma, no lie, because it really reframes the Bible in a way that I can understand. Because I grew up in the church, and it just wasn't for me at all. But I love God, and I've always been on a journey to understanding God while understanding my humanness. Like, I'm a human, and I don't want to hate myself for being a human. And I feel like that was the experience I got from growing up in the church. And I don't feel mad anymore. That's what I feel. Oh, okay. I don't feel mad anymore. Like, I feel like I learned what I needed to learn for a reason. So now when God speaks to me, it's easy to speak to me through the Bible, but now in a way that I can understand. In a way that I can understand. And I know that it deeply connects also to the Africanness that I really wish to connect to. Like, I'm African, and there's beliefs that my line holds, and I don't want to discredit it, because that's the same way my family naturally knows to turn to herbs. I don't want to live a life where I'm not able to embrace natural wisdom. It is within my DNA. And when I reject that, I see what happens. So I will not turn away from my spirit. Like, I feel like I can't do it. I can't. I know too much about this shit. And I'm glad that I went on the journey. I'm glad I had the African studies class. I'm glad I asked so many questions. I'm glad that I went on the journey of feeling like there was nothing out here. I'm glad. I'm glad, because I ask a lot of questions, and my questions do be answered. And now I can look at the Bible and it speaks, but to a way that's, to me, a way to it speaks to me in a way that is clear. So I'm going to read my prayer. I know that the answer to my problem lies in the God self within me. I now get quiet, still, and relaxed. I am at peace. I know God speaks in peace and not in confusion. I am now in tune with the infinite. I know and believe implicitly that infinite intelligence is revealing to me the perfect answer. I think about the solution to my problems. I now live in the mood I would have were my problem solved. I truly live in this abiding faith and trust, which is the mood of the solution. This is the Spirit of God moving within me. This Spirit is omnipotent. It is manifesting itself. My whole being rejoices in the solution. I am glad. I live in this feeling and give thanks. I know that God has the answer. With God, all things are possible. God is the living spirit within me. She is the source of all wisdom and illumination. The indicator of the presence of God within me is a sense of peace and poise. I now seize all sense of strain and struggle. I trust the God power implicitly. I know that all the wisdom and power I need to live a glorious and successful life are within me. I relax my entire body. My faith is in His wisdom. I go free. I claim and feel the peace of God flooding my mind, heart, and whole being. I know the quiet mind gets its problem solved. I now turn the request over to the God presence, knowing it has an answer. I am at peace. Thank you, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Let's start reading these cards. Divination is just so, it just feels so, I feel so African. I love being African. There's nothing I love more. I love being Black. There's nothing I love more. And I feel like There's really a call to love who you are in your humanness. I can't tell you who you are. Only you know. I've been learning to really love aspects of myself that this society, no lie, has tried to tell me has been the worst parts of me. Really. I remember growing up with the African jokes, with the booty scratcher jokes, with the diaspora wars, with the dark skin versus light skin, growing up with the nigga hair, nigga naps. Somebody used to call me nigga naps. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the parts of me I love right now. I love my hair. I love my skin color. I love my blackness. I love my background. I'm Liberian. I love it. I'm I love that I was born in New York. I love it. I love that I live in where I live. I love that I live where I live. I love the people here. I love their culture. I love it. I love how other people live their lives. I love the land. Everything feels so intentional. And I love that it's intentional. I truly, like, I'm intentional. Now, what's we call to? What's we call to? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now there is a message that is coming, and this message may not resonate with what I'm saying. Oh, I don't know how it connects, but it do in some way, and it's going to. Oh, love yourself. Like, sometimes you make choices based on love for yourself that may not be understood by others, but that love for yourself, truly, truly, that love for yourself, truly, is just freeing. It's freeing. Loving yourself is freeing, and that's why we're taught to hate ourselves so much. Loving yourself is the most freeing thing you can do. It's the most liberating thing you can do. Really. Because you make choices out of love versus out of fear. And we live in a society that embraces fear, wants you to love it. No, wants damn, that's crazy. They want you to love fear. Want you to love fear. That don't even make no sense. I don't believe fear and love can coexist together. So you know what you're constantly in? A state of confusion. A constant state of confusion and chaos. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Confusion, chaos, creating a life that just never serves you because you can't quite understand who you are. The society will tell you you're nobody. It needs you to feel like nobody. It needs you to believe that ain't nothing possible for you. Disempower yourself. You know what I'm saying? you can't be better than what you are. You are your environment. And it makes you see the worst in your environment when you can see just how beautiful everything around you truly is. Like right now, I don't live in New York, but there's problems. All right. I needed to change. But New York is beautiful. The culture of New York is beautiful, and nothing was more saddening to see than to watch the culture of my city change. Things are supposed to change, but it was just like being a native and being like pushed out. Even though if I really wanted to stay, I know that I could have. I knew I could have manifested stay there. I know my power now, but I feel like I wouldn't have learned my power if I stayed. That ass. Like New York is a different type of environment, I believe. That if you come in and you are disempowered, baby, it will eat you up. Or not even eat you up, but like, it will eat you up. It's a beautiful place though. And it's really full of beautiful creatives and lovely people. Like people want to eat. They want to eat. That's what you gotta have to want to eat in New York. Like it teaches you how to eat, like it teaches you how to live, how to get to a bag, how to it teaches you how to survive. Like you know how to survive. Like it's it teaches you how to survive. It teaches you how to desensitize too. Sometimes like I feel like New York taught me how to survive, and where I'm at is teaching me feel how to really feel myself and how to really tap into myself. And I give thanks to both locations. And I don't know where I'm staying. I don't know if I'm gonna move I don't know. I'm going with the flow of things. Maybe I go back to I don't know. I don't know. I'm just living. I'm living, I'm experiencing, I'm going with the flow of things. Everything feels intentional. I was born to two Liberian parents with their own histories. All right? In a family dynamic that was my family dynamic, with siblings who also had different backgrounds. You get like, come on now, like everything feels so intentional, and I give thanks for the experiences I've had, even though some of them weren't pleasant. But I really do be thankful for it because I am the person that I am today, and I really love myself. I really love myself. I really do. Like, I don't know if I've ever thought I was gonna say that. Like, there was a point where I hated myself. I really did. I really hated myself at some point. And it wasn't about what I looked like, because there was a point I came to terms with being pretty, with being beautiful. At some point I wasn't considered beautiful. Came to terms with that, and then something had happened where I just felt disempowered. I don't know how to explain it. Like, yes, I knew I was smart. Yes, I knew I was pretty, but it felt like I just couldn't make anything happen. It just felt like I just felt like all of my conditioning to feel weak just came out. Like, I've always been funny. I've always been fun. But it's like the serious parts of me. I'm a very serious person, but I feel like I was never taken seriously. And even when I wanted to be taken seriously, still no one did. And I understand, oh, that's probably projection, because I had a lot of serious thoughts and a lot of serious things to say. But because of the way I look and the way I am usually, people didn't expect me to be so serious. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm fun. I have a lot of serious things on my mind and to talk about, and my darkness. Like, everyone just kept seeing light. And it's like the darkness just brewed. It just like, and then I fell into depression, dark night of the soul. And I spiraled bad. And I got to the bottom. And I was done. And instead of like staying at the bottom, I hit the bottom. Instead of staying at the bottom, or instead of staying at the bottom, something happened to me where I was like, yo, my thoughts are the reason that I could crawl out right now. If I change my thoughts, I swear I feel like I'm gonna change my life. Because if I don't change my thoughts, I'm gonna die. I really was like, yo, if I don't change my thoughts, I'm done. Like, I can't do this no more. And then I just started doing things. Got a tattoo. Like, I wanted to do things, and it felt like my conditioning kept telling me I wasn't allowed to be me in so many different ways. There was points in my life where my hair was the fucking biggest thing ever. I have gotten beaten up over my hair. I have gotten beaten up over my hair. I have gotten bullied over my hair. I was pushed into the all boys class over my natural hair. And now it's just, it is what it, like, I love my hair. Now I just protect my crown. I can show you what's going on underneath this. I be braiding it and I be like moisturizing it, and I just want to make my hair grow. And I want it right now. It's at a point where I can't braid it, but once I can, I'm back wearing braided styles. Like I shave my head all the time. I like being bald. There was a point where I was bullied for that. Life has gone out of its way to make me hate parts of myself, and this resonates with you. And I'm talking from like I'm gonna just keep doing that because like I keep trying to you, and yes it's you, but there's things that I'm sharing about me that resonates with you, and it resonates with you how it's supposed to. Maybe you have, I don't know, long wavy hair, but there was also an issue in your life about that. I don't know. Like I just want to let you know, like, yo, if you've ever felt like you don't love aspects of yourself, it gets better. It gets deeper though. Like when I learned how to love the most physical parts of myself. And then it was like, why don't I still I love how pretty I am. I love how fun I am, but why do I still feel like I'm worthless? And then I had to explore that, and I've been on a journey of continuing to explore that because it's not something that goes away. It just doesn't. You just continue to look at it because there's different aspects of that that's just really in you. You carry the same worth lack of self-worth as your generations. It was created, it was used, like, you are a manifestation of your parents. You are a manifestation of your grandparents. You're a manifestation of your great grandparents. You know, like your family tree is all within you, just sitting there. All this brewing. Because you were manifested in different states. You are created in the consciousness of your parents, and they were created in the consciousness of their parents. You get what I'm saying? Manifestation. Like, you were an idea that they thought of at a specific point, and you came to be. Like, you were created in that specific state that they were in. And you also reflect that. Like, I believe that's why some people have certain birth charts, because of the states their parents were in, the timing of it. You get when like the things that were going on in the world that your parents were reacting to, the things that their parents were reacting to when they were conceived. Like, come on. That's why it's so important to heal. I don't want to bring children into this world and still hold on to when God, when I bring, like, I need to heal. And that's what they hate. Because if you do that and you're able to tell your child from young, we gotta, I'm gonna share my perspectives. I need to stop stifling myself. So what I be thinking is like, when we hear the story of Mary and Jesus, she was telling him he was this child of God from the very beginning. He was instilled with self-worth. He was instilled with the knowingness of his part of the whole, his purpose. He knew his purpose from very on because it was encouraged. Imagine healthy families. Imagine, imagine healthy families. Look at them, actually. You can see healthy families and their children. Now we are in a space where we can see people who had healthy families. It doesn't mean a family absent of conflict and struggle and trauma. It means coping mechanisms. And we can see families that have those coping mechanisms, or who have developed from the like, you know what I'm saying? People who've come from families where they had trauma on trauma on trauma, and they create a life with their families, their children. They have children and they've learned different aspects of themselves, and now they're like, imagine there's a point where parents was perming their hairs, right? Imagine learning to love your hair, and now you have children, and from the very beginning your hair is absolutely beautiful. You are beautiful. Your black is beautiful. You're gorgeous. That changes the course of their life from if they experience the same type of self-hatred. And of course, it doesn't protect you from the outside world, but it does. It offers you a form of protection to be able to go home, tell your parents what has happened, and then they console you. And that takes a learning of emotional intelligence to be able to do so. Learning the skills to connect and communicate with your children and see them as actual people. You're ice cold right now. I'm just gonna start reading now. I wasn't even reading, yo. I mean, the cards are here, but like, whatever. I'm going with the flow of things, really. You're ice cold right now. Outside perception, cut back on hours, add more hours. It's so confusing. They're love bombing, a sex symbol, model, be a better leader, self-destruction, misleading you on purpose, giving you absolutely nothing. New nigga. Nigga. Queen. New nigga. Like, I talk, well, I talk how I talk. That's how it is. New nigga, time for redirection. Good luck. Speak your truth. Past lover. Concerning a car. Wants your energy. You're ice cold right now. Outside perception. Cut back on hours. Add more hours. Love bombing. A sex symbol. Be a better leader. The tower. You're like ice. I see. Feels so nice. But that's not what I mean. Shorty ice cold, you sip on a nigga. Shorty ice cold, she step on a nigga. Someone thinks you so. What are. These are all gonna connect. I need to trust the message. You're ice cold right now. Outside perception. Like, someone thinks you're cold right now. Like, you're just. Because if you've learned your worth and you've worked through the hell to know your worth, why would you put yourself back in a situation that is going to make you feel the exact same ways you've felt before, when you already know what that feels like and you know what that does to you? That is not love. Like, for nobody else, I'm not putting myself in a situation that would make me feel like. Now, whenever I get to the cards, that's where it's like, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm gonna talk to y'all. Like, now I gotta just give my little perspectives because this y'all situation. But yeah, why am I gonna put myself, and it's the tower, like, why am I gonna put myself in a position where I know I'm gonna self-destruct? Why would I put myself in that position where you're already running me, like, you already driving me crazy? Like, why would I do that to myself? Especially when I know my worth outside of what I look like. Like, I know what I am in situations where I've had to build myself up from nothing over and over and over again, fall again, pull myself out of hell. Why would I ever put myself in that position? So you may relate to me right now where you've learned, like, you know who you are, you know your worth. You're not putting yourself in a position, you know how to make choices that serve you. Self-destruction, and like, yeah, you know when someone's love bombing. You deserve consistency, you know that. Oh, I deserve consistency. I deserve to be valued. What do you mean? Self-destruction, misleading you on purpose, giving you absolutely nothing. New nigga, time for redirection. Six of Cups, children. Are you thinking about having children? Because I said that. Someone may be thinking about having children, or someone may have children and they're thinking about the type of partner they want. Like, you may not have an active partner, or you have a partner who just isn't cutting it. Ain't cutting it. Ain't a partner. Ain't a parent. Someone who's not cutting it. Like, if you're thinking about having children, like the Six of Cups, like, you're dealing with somebody who's not prepared to be a parent. Like, if you're looking at life that way, like, would I potentially have a child with this person? They're not prepared for that. That is not something that they've been working towards within themselves to heal. You'd be having a child with somebody out of alignment with you and your values. And or if you're trying to maintain a relationship with somebody like that. And it's time for a new, like, you need a stepdaddy. You need someone who's gonna play stepdaddy who's mature enough to be a father. Or you need to look into, like, if you know your goal is to be a parent, make choices that serve that goal. You want to be with somebody who isn't going to be reliable. Don't, whether you are a parent or you're not a parent yet, you have the opportunity to redirect, like always. No choice. Truly, here's how I feel about things. I ain't saying I'm a non-judgmental person. There's situations I'll be like, oh my God. But you're never too deep in to make a new choice. That's where I will always say, that's where my thoughts usually align to. You're never too deep in to make a new choice. You're never too deep in. It's difficult after a while. But if you need to make a new choice for your peace of mind and the peace of mind of your children, you should do so. Like, see yourself out of those cycles. We all in cycles. We all in cycles. Oh, now I know. Yeah, everything comes full circle. We're all in cycles. See yourself outside of those cycles. Deadass. Good luck. Speak your truth. Past lover. Concerning a car. Wants your energy. The moon. Mm. Mm. Bitch. Mm. Somebody wanted to start a family with you. Or maybe, woo, bitch, somebody may have already saw, like, I be having this strong feeling that people just know. Especially, like, yeah, I'm sharing my truest opinions. I be feeling like there's people who move like breeders. Like, they move like they breeding. Like, they be knowing. They're like, oh, this is a good person. It's a good woman. She gonna take care of me. She gonna take care of these kids. I just know. I just know she's responsible. And they will go ahead and get you pregnant. Like, and never, ever, ever, be present. They just come when they need, like, they come when they need a place to stay. They come when they need some loving. They come when they want to play daddy again. They be knowing. They be knowing. They be like, ooh, yeah, like, she lucky. She's blessed. Look, her life be going well. I feel like if I have a baby with her, I'm gonna be okay. I really truly believe that. I dead ass believe that. Like, no, this is not even funny. I believe it. I believe it. That's why I don't play. I'm not playing. I'm not playing with my womb. Like, you're not playing with me. We not playing like that. I will not play like that. I'm not, like, even if I was to want, I don't even know if I want children. That's me personally. You may want children. I don't know if I want children. But if I was to want children, that is the most serious thing I could ever do in my life. That's how I feel about it. Like, I'm sharing the only thing I feel like I could love outside of myself. For real. Like, really, truly love more than myself with you. That's how I think about how serious it is. Like, I love myself, and I can't imagine loving someone, like, sharing the love of my life with somebody I can't stand. Because I feel like the love of my life will be a child. That would be the greatest gift you can give me. Like, I don't know if I will ever be prepared for that. And I be having my own little realizations while I'm doing readings. But I'm like, yeah, if I was to have a kid, like, I'm not playing. I'm really not playing. So like, why would I can't. There's been times I feel like I was irresponsible or like a little, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No, you gotta be careful. Like, again, if you got the kids here, if you don't, like, who you want to raise it? You want to raise your kids with somebody who is stressing you the fuck? What do they be there for at that point? You stressing me out, and my life is worse with you than it would be without you because I'm basically doing everything by myself. What do you keep them there? Like, I'm telling you, you gotta look within to the cycles of your family. Like, did your family stay with? Did members of your family stay with people who did not serve them? Because yes, you could look at that and be like, yeah, that relationship, that was terrible. And then not see for real, how you create those same relationships within your life. Or how you seek out those relationships or desire those relationships because you're doing it in a different way. But it's the same pattern just playing out in a whole different way. But it's the same core unworthiness, the same core, it's the same core stuff in there. And you have to really go within and see that you are your mother, you are your father, before you free yourself of that. So you can accept it and give it love and grace. Because my mother is her mother. My father is his father. We don't know. There's things I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother is her mother. And when I've talked to my grandmother, I've understood certain things. It just plays out over and over and over again. My sister is my mother. I'm my mother. I'm my grandmother. There's things that I've had to heal, and I can talk to them and see exactly how it started. It happened with them first. There's choices I've had to make that has given healing to that thing that has been within me. So you guys see how you're playing out the same pattern, really. We all are in patterns. Again, like, I don't know if I said it in this reading or that reading, but I'm learning to give people grace because I have to give myself grace. I be in my own little patterns, and ain't nobody perfect. I just have a big, strong, ooh, you fucked me over, get away from me. Never ever talk to me again, ever. And maybe that's something you also hold that makes you seem ice cold. Maybe you cut off your baby daddy or your baby mama, whatever. Like, I don't know if you want to say it like that. Like, I don't be giving a fuck. I really don't care. Like, people, I don't like the way baby mama sound. I don't like the way father. I don't care. It is what it is. But like, maybe you had to cut off your baby daddy. He think you ice cold, and you keep trying to come back because he knows your worth. And maybe you're learning your worth outside of what you thought it was at the time that you've allowed that situation to begin. But yeah, you can always make a new choice. Maybe, like, sometimes it's the same trauma. I want to start really diving into subconscious patterns, because maybe it's the same trauma that kept your mother in relationships with men who weren't good to y'all. And I need you to see, if you haven't saw yet, how you would be putting your children in the same position. You put your child in the same position. You gotta be like real conscious of it. Like, he not good to you right now. He's not gonna be better than them children. That's how I feel. He's confusing you now. He's not gonna be clearer when the children come. He need to be put, and that's not to say I don't believe people can change. It doesn't mean that I'm anti-forgiveness. It doesn't mean, people make the choice to change in themselves. If that isn't a new energy now, that isn't a person that needs your love or needs to be present, or you get what I'm like, you go and sit there. It's the same, okay. It's the same energy that made your mother try to heal a man while ignoring and neglecting her responsibilities of her children. So you take that and now you're a different person, right? You a different version of your mother. Like you're not the same person. But that energy is still there waiting to like play itself out. So you either choose a man who you're going to want to nurture and save. And if that's who he is, he's not going to be better with the children. He needs to make that change within himself. People grow together, but people also grow apart. See what it feels like, what it resonates like. I feel like you find God in clarity, not confusion. If you're confused about a person, then and there's just no way you can get clarity, like you just feel like okay, one day they're nice to me, next minute they're not. And there's nothing that brings no clarity. Like sometimes it would be extreme too. That's a pattern. And that pattern isn't going to change as many times as you give it a try, unless something really changes. Because then you're just going to turn into a person who continuously excuses someone's behavior while your children watch and they pick it up. They see it. And you enforce those patterns within them as well. So, y'all be serious. All right? Sam Sentient session. Court adjourned. Please come back. Thank you.